link yet or notification yet.
Great bitch! God, just hit man. The fuck? Shit, man. Shit, man. I gotta kill this nigga. Come on, fam. Oh, man.
Back to them hoes about Puerto Rico.
You gonna kill me? Kill me? Come on, man. You ain't gotta do this.
Sorry, fam. I need all the money.
We can work this out, man. We can work this out. You gonna kill me? Over that little bit of money?
I'm sorry, man. My daughter was sick, and I'm still trying to come up with all the money.
It's my life, but hers. Now you'll never get to see her again. That was all.
Okay. Hey, Roger. I'll let you scream this time. Hey, Roger. Remember, no screaming. 15. 14. 13. 12. 11.
I got a bad feeling about this.
Holly, you need to calm down. How long have we been doing this?
You are ready. We are ready.
Elise should be watching. Why are we doing this right now?
I need some fresh air.
Oh my God! Oh no! Hold it together.
Check this out, man. You remember that serial killer, right? Special Ops Samuel Walker?
Yeah, what about him?
They say he went crazy after the death of his son about a year ago. They say his son was found on the lake not too far from here, man.
I mean, he probably went fishing. What's your point?
Bro, this is serious, man. There's a killer on the loose, man. We should probably go check on the picture.
Bro, damn them girls, okay? They'll be okay.
Oh, they say he's killed over 10 people, man. Maybe we should call for backup to help scan the area, huh?
We don't need any backup. We're good, the girls are good, everything is good. Brenda. Hey, Michelle. Oh.
Hey, slow down. Take your ass up. You're gonna die, yeah.
We'll see about that.
Want to blame me for everything? Is that it, Sammy?
No, no, it's Dad's fault. He got so drunk that you blacked out and fell in a dick or 7.
We were already separated, honey.
Right.
God, this place is creepy. I never liked it here.
Yeah, that's great, Mom. Is there anything else?
Actually, yes. I spoke with Dr. Miller.
Here we go. Okay.
And he says it's dangerous to stop taking your medicine cold turkey.
Of course he does. That's where doctors get all their money.
No one is forcing you to take the pills, honey, but it's safer for you to wean yourself off them. There are serious risks.
This is so naive.
Stop acting like your dad. This is serious. Where is your father?
It's none of your business, really.
Look, I know you love your dad, and you should. He's a good man, a really good one. He just hasn't been able to heal properly.
Yeah, after the way you treated him, what do you expect?
That's not what I mean, Sammy. Look, when your dad was little, his dad left. Robert threw himself into his drawings as a way to deal with it. Then his father died, and they never made amends. So your father has this big empty spot inside of him, Sammy. It's really hard on him. And I tried to fill that empty spot, but I failed. So you have every right to hate me. I never stopped loving your father. And I'm not going to hang him out to dry. But he needs to come through before we can have that conversation.
So what? You and your greedy attorney will lay off of him?
If he can help himself, I will renegotiate all of the terms. And if you can help him, I fully support that. And I trust you.
All right, Mark, throw us on, buddy. All right. Mark, you got your mic off again.
There you go.
All right. Wow, that was some long first reel, brother. Going for a marathon, a whole film, man. All right, very, very, very cool, you guys. Welcome aboard, episode 48. We are only 2 away from 50 episodes. Insane. Of course, JD Glasscock, my co-host Mark Potter, and then obviously Lola, who had a life-threatening scare a week ago, but she's now good and still bouncing at a good 12 years of age. But you're watching Stormcrow, Dreamers Talking to Dreamers. Let's bring in the artist that you just saw. The first part was who do you want to bring in first, brother?
The director, the filmmaker, Tommy G.
All right, let's bring in Tommy.
Hey,
Tommy.
How y'all doing?
Good. And then someone I've known for quite a few years, very, very, very talented lady. You saw her in that second part of footage. Veteran actress, amazing person. Elise Devereaux, although I'm trying to get used to her married name because I never had to say it out loud before, but let's bring her on.
Mm-hmm. Hi.
Yeah, Elise, I just realized as I was saying your name, I'm like, Wait, I have never had to actually think of you in terms of your married name.
I know, me too. So
Yes. So right, I didn't think about that until as I'm saying it. I'm like, wait, what? Because I'm used to Muller, but I'm like,
yeah, I am too. And sometimes I debate, should I take on my husband's name? Because Devereaux, it's like Catherine Deneuve, Elise Muller Devereaux is so profound.
Well, it's very this current time period. I would say most people that get married nowadays are both names.
Yeah.
If I ever got married, the girl would probably say, "Hey, I'm just going to have my last name."
You're funny.
Yeah. But very, very, very cool. You guys, I want to get right into it because I didn't realize the reels and clips were going to be that long. So that's good. We took about a 6-7 month break from this show because we wanted to up the game, get it the tech a little more solidified and not have tech issues. And Mark has done a wonderful job. This is only our second episode back after 6-7 months. So we're still getting our rust shaken off. But he's done an amazing job. It looks a whole lot better. We got all the name stuff now that never existed before.
That's cool. Yeah. I just have Elise.
Yeah, well, I think it was whatever you put in. Yeah.
I'm like a model.
But that's it's okay. It's enough because we'll put some links and stuff like that when we end the show when it gets moves on to recordings. But anyway, you guys, let's start it off. Let's start off with Elise. Elise, what is something you've done in the last couple years that you're very proud of, passionate about, you thought turned out beautiful?
Oh, well, I've done a lot of independent films and a lot of commercials. It's funny, later on in life, I booked a lot of commercials, whereas when I was younger, I didn't. But, and I get a lot of horror and the sci-fi films. I don't know why. I'm kind of, because I'm on an Emerald commercial, rheumatoid arthritis, So, but anyway,
what was one that you thought turned out good? The writing was solid. The shooting was good.
Oh, I did a film in Canada called Club Utopia, but maybe that's a little old, but it was my friend Frank Caruso's film, and I'm the lead in it. We had a lot of fun characters in it. I shot up in Toronto. And what
was the premise?
I'm always playing. I play this a lot where I'm like this trophy wife, and I'm getting cheated on by my husband. I'm like, in real life, that would never happen. But I'm always playing this cheated on woman. I don't know why.
Well, you're pretty, the blonde hair. That's you're going to get stuck in that kind of.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It happens a lot. Like this in 3 films I did. I was like,
well, break the pattern, man. Do something different.
Let's do
Special agent,
guys. What's that?
Special agent.
Yeah, I could play a special agent easily.
Well, I'm sure you have tons of friends that are writers, producers, all that stuff. Why don't you put something together?
I know. That's how you do it, really, is your friends and you create things. You don't sit for your agent, which is actually what I do. I wait for my
agent. And a lot of people have done that once just to change directory a little bit. You know what I mean? Like,
right.
So like people that kept getting the same roles. I think Matthew McConaughey did that. He kept getting the when his career started, he kept doing comedy, romantic comedy. Right. And so I think he got together with some friends of his and they produced, I forget what film it was, but they produced a little more serious thing, a smaller budget, smaller thing, but it gave him something to show direct, because producers, directors, they're visual, man. So it gave him something to show him doing something different and that he can do it and it would work.
Right.
And then he started getting those offers for roles that were more serious, like True Detective really blew up for him.
Oh, yeah.
For the money.
That was like, I think his first major, intense, dramatic.
Yeah. Or
Woody Harrelson helped with that, but still.
Club, the Dallas Buyers Club.
Yeah. Well, he went on a completely different directory because literally his first 5-6 major films he did were all literally like romantic comedy.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And because Hollywood likes to do that. He likes to pigeonhole you into.
Right. Gerard Butler. I mean, I know we're talking about us, but I'm like, and that Gerard Butler guy. he was getting that, like that romantic comedy again and again, and then all of a sudden he broke out and kind of got like 300, or you know what I mean? Those,
Yeah.
I guess they don't like that genre. The leading men, anyway.
Yeah. Well, I just think any actor. I mean, some people are perfectly fine in doing the same thing over and over again because it's more about the paycheck and it's a career to them, and they're just hey, this is what I do for a living. You know what I mean?
Right.
There's nothing wrong with that. There's zero wrong with that. There's a lot of great actors where they look at it more of a career as opposed to an art. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
So, and a lot of writers and directors where all they literally write is horror after horror after horror because it's cheap to shoot, easy to shoot.
I guess that always.
And they want to produce, they want to churn them out and make money.
Yeah.
So I unfortunately don't do that, which I probably, if I had, I would have probably already had a feature under my belt like a long time ago. But all my stuff's got to be very artsy and creative and unique and original.
I read your feature. I thought it was pretty cool. That one that you sent to me.
Blade and Bud. Oh no, God Among Sheep.
Which one?
The female-driven mafia.
Yes. That was kind of dark and kind of, but that's actually very in right now.
Yeah, but I do. That is what I tend to do. I mean, different genres, but they all tend to be dark, visceral, action-oriented.
Yeah.
I hear you. But so was that a giant ensemble cast, that film?
Yes, it was. I mean, I was the only American that was there, but it was an ensemble cast, and a lot of those are that it's his house. Okay.
Was it more drama?
It's a comedy, actually.
Oh, was it? A comedy where you're getting cheated on all the time? Yeah.
I did 3 films like this. I swear to God. Where
every time your back turns, all of a sudden he's like kissing another girl behind you, and then he's
everyone. They leave me, and it's so weird. Or they're cheating on me, or they're like I'm an aging beauty queen on her way out, and I'm jealous, and that doesn't happen anyway. But
it's called acting, at least.
That's right. But anyway, but it's a typecasting, right? So they obviously see me as this kind of like the blonde.
Well, like I said, break out, man.
Hey,
break out.
I can do anything. I am versatile. So,
tell your agent to look for some different scripts for you.
Yeah. No, I do. I tell
either that or get your friends together, like I said, and produce. Yeah. Now, I mean, me personally, money would have to be involved to write a feature because features are like. Writing a feature is like literally like 6 to 8 weeks of work.
Yeah.
So I don't think I'll be writing someone a feature if there was no money involved, just because I got my own stuff. But there are many people, I'm sure that would probably love to be involved.
Yeah. No, people always ask me, it's funny, at different times, they ask me if I know people that can finance. Usually it's people that want to know people who can finance their project.
Yeah, but that's a horrible question to ask someone.
It is. It's like, yeah. I mean,
unless you're talking to them about being a star and you're being very upfront with there's no budget and then being upfront with can you help like get that going. But even then, I've had to do that. But even then, I usually backtrack because I just don't feel good about it. It's just not a good.
Yeah, it makes me uncomfortable. I mean, it's like certain people that have money, but then to ask them for I don't know. It's
I don't know. I mean, like I stopped casting. I used to cast and then try to go get money, and then I said, "Wow, that's just so backwards. I need to get money first, and then worry about casting."
Right. Exactly. Yeah. So yeah.
You live and learn in life. Tommy, what is something you've done in the last 2 years that you're passionate about, that you're what I've saw from that reel is you're doing a lot of horror, which is what you was talking about.
Well, I actually shoot a lot of stuff. My last feature was a horror feature, but I have wrote comedy, I have wrote romantic dramas, I have wrote drama. So I try to expand, but my 2 favorite genres are horror and comedy. So
I hear it.
As they go, yeah.
Last film that I just finished, and I got to do a few more edits on. It's called Holding the Devil In. It's like a supernatural thriller. it's a horror, but it's on the lines. I like to do gory stuff, so uh, I'm writing the book right now. It's a prequel leading up to writing part 2 of it. Part 2 is gonna be horror.
So you're trying to do a novel as well as the film at the same time?
Correct. I'm actually writing a book right now called Holding the Devil In. It's a prequel. It basically breaks down his family's tree. I'm a graphic designer, so it's gonna have the family tree in the book, and it's gonna, so it
Very
should
cool, man. I know. I noticed that when Mark asked you to do it, he was sending me some links, and what I noticed is that you dabble in several fields.
Right. Yeah.
It's good. I like it, man. I do the same stuff, dude. So we have a visual novel game coming out on Steam, kind of the same premise. That's a prequel to a feature film of mine called Blade and Blood, a sci-fi post-apocalyptic, and we're doing a visual novel game. So I hear you. It's an interesting way to go. You're doing a novel. We're doing like a visual novel video game, but same concept of kind of. I think that from a producing standpoint, I think it's important for you to diversify,
Right.
especially if you ever want to get investors nowadays, man. With all the Marvel movies, all that stuff. When investors are looking at stuff nowadays, they want to see multiple avenues of revenue. You know what I mean? They want to see like brands and possible franchises and IP when they look at your stuff. They want it to be an IP. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
It's very hard nowadays to have one-offs and try to get funding for that. It's people want a versatile streets of green. Tommy, are you frozen? Oh, you froze for a second there, Tommy.
It started rendering a little bit. So
really?
yeah, they want their universe. It's
There you
just
go.
like Marvel, and you create a universe.
It's just become big, but it's the same thing that actors started doing, and actually the rappers were ahead on this game where they started taking the money they were making and going and creating vodkas and going and creating clothing lines and going and creating, and making and turning their fame into immediate branding. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And the rappers were probably the first on that game that I saw, starting about a decade ago, when 50 Cent and several others and immediately understood that they have a small window of fame, and so they needed, if they wanted that to last longer and be more solidified, they needed to grab what they had already done and utilize it to branch out into branding themselves and creating more streams of revenue. But everyone's jumped on that game now. You know what I mean? So every major actor I know now has vodka lines, whiskey lines, like clothing. Because I mean, you look at some of the older. I feel bad because some of the actors before all that was popular, the older actors that were brilliant but are older and now not making money, are getting movie roles offered. They're going broke because they never really invested it. They just kept relying on getting more roles to make more money. They never actually they never turned themselves into a brand, I guess.
Right.
But that's very cool, man. You're out of the gate because you're young. What are you, like, late 20s? Mid 20s?
No. I just turned 41.
Holy crap, man. You look good, man. I just turned 51 and people ask me if I'm 81.
Okay.
And you're 41 and you look like maybe mid 20s, man.
Yeah, I got a funny story. When I have a son that's in college, so people look at me crazy when I say, "Yeah, my son, you're about to be a sophomore next year." And when I used to go to his games, they used to try to get me in for student prices. I was like, no.
Yeah.
See, that's a good thing, man. So I mean, I started getting gray hair when I was like 16 years old, brother. So I never had that avenue to roll, man. That was gone before I even exited high school. It helped though with buying liquor in high school. I could grow a full beard and had gray hair, man. I just walked into the corner stores and there you go.
Yeah, I still get carded.
Well, what was the most popular? What was the film you felt best about in the last 2 years, though, that you thought you really dug that you did, or project that you did that you really were proud of?
Well, I did the Holding the Devil In. I was proud of that. It won a
So
few
that film's
awards.
already out. That feature film's already out.
It's
that's the
out.
one you're editing, right?
I got to do some edit tweaks to it that I'm about to do. But I'm gonna put it out. We have a network called DTR TV where I have like 5 films on there right now.
Is it a newer platform? Because I haven't heard of it.
It's a newer project platform that I just partnered with this guy. It's on Roku, Fire Stick, and now he got the apps. You can download the apps from Apple Store and Google Play.
See, the only thing I'm worried about, because in the last decade, there's been a lot of those platforms that come around. And the problem I see with almost all of them that have ever approached me was they want you on their platform, but then they want you to be the one that drives all the traffic to their platform.
Right.
And it's like, wait a minute, dude, how that literally, like, what am I getting out of it? Because I could do that right now, just have a film on Amazon Prime and do the same thing. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, to me, it's like, if they want to start those platforms, they got to have some marketing budget and actually be able to drive their own traffic. You know what I mean?
I agree. Yeah.
Yeah. But I advocate anybody's success. I'm one of those, unlike many we all meet in the film industry, I want everyone to succeed.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? I don't view other people as my competition. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Right.
I'm one of the best at what I do. The only competition I have is me.
Correct.
You know what I mean? So, but that's a rarity, what I've found in living. I've been doing in the art world for 30 years, doing in the film world for maybe 15 years, and living in LA for 9 of those, Seattle here. And what I found is majority of people look at everyone as competition, or not, even if they're smiling on your face, they're not very supportive. They're not, you know, it's all about me, mine, give me, mine.
Me.
Right.
Yeah. And it's unfortunate, man, because I always, so many times I've written for free short films for actors to do monologues, for tried to been for free on their little sets to do their short films, or play a hoodlum or whatever, or help them with lighting or all that kind of stuff, because I think that's what it's about. And then this whole talk show that me and Mark started, that's what this whole thing is about, is shining lights on people. You know what I mean? So I wish if we had more of that, I think there would be more people finding success if everyone supported themselves like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I agree. It is a lot. I don't work with a lot of people that, like you said, it was just about them at the end of the day. And then when it came to finishing your projects, they disappear. So it's like, are we working together, or am I working for you? So I don't.
Yeah, there's a lot of that, dude, where people will like talk real good, but when it comes to action,
right?
Yeah,
they're like a ghost all of a sudden.
And I'm the type, I come on your set and I work mics, lights. I try to learn a little bit of everything that I did. So
I don't know, man. I'm always one of those guys, dude. If I say it, I'm going to do it. If something comes up, I'll communicate the whole time. I'll give you way heads up notice. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like I'm not perfect by any means, but I feel like your word means something, and words. I'm a writer. Words mean something. You know what I mean? Like,
great.
So I think because I think I wrote a song on it, but in the end, it's like you have to be okay with what you see in the mirror. You know what I mean?
Right. Great.
So, because most people that do the kind of stuff we're talking about, most of the time they're not very happy people, because I don't think, personally, my personal belief is I don't think you can do shady things in life and be a happy person.
I agree.
Yeah. I think that's true too.
Unless you're a sociopath.
No, I mean, I've met a lot of people. They might have money, they might have wealth, but I mean, I used to have to book bands, and so I had to deal with club owners a lot in Seattle. And most of them all had money, but almost all of them were not happy people in bad marriages, and all of them were shady. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
They had money, but what's the good of money if you're like really unhappy? You know what I mean? I don't know. But that's such as life. Let's get on to other things. I'm very cool. Whenever you get it up, let me know and I'll go support you and go check it out and all that kind of stuff and throw a post up for you, brother. Happy for you that you got it. I'm still trying to get a feature under my belt. I've shot 16 short films. I'm still working on it. So mucho kudos to you getting films out there and up and away. So that's very beautiful to hear. And I give you much support in that endeavor. Elise, let's go back to current day. What is something you are right now focused on, working on, that you are excited about?
I just did 2 projects. One was a short film with these up and coming filmmakers, and I'm playing a doctor, and that seems like a great film. But
let me guess, it's a doctor whose husband's cheating on her?
No, I'm actually not. I'm more of a secondary. It's not really about me, and I'm just in the hospital. That But anyway, and I have played head of the International Medical Association in the film Fat Girls. I don't know if you ever saw that with Monique.
No.
No.
You see it?
But you do. Okay, but I've known you now for several years, and you're a pretty girl, but you always also come across as intelligent. So you're probably going to get a lot of those.
Thank you.
The roles of lawyer, doctor,
that
kind of
is true.
That kind of realm.
Yeah.
No, believe me, there's some actors I know that I wouldn't say they're not intelligent, but they don't come across that way, and they're very kind of laugh, giggle.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And they don't get those kind of roles. They get different kinds of roles.
Yeah, well, I'm really good at comedy, so I'm strong in comedy, and I get that a lot in like dry comedy. Very good with the dry humor. So
you play the straight?
Yeah, I played straight or just very dry,
where the comedy's bouncing off you or whatever.
But it's just very very I don't know, maybe like The Office or something like that, or just that type of comedy where it's just very it's British. I don't know. I
worked on that show a couple times just doing background when I lived in LA. And
oh, you did?
That show was very strange, man. They would book all of this background, like every show. And then they would have them all around, and you would never see any of them in the actual episodes because they always stayed in like a.
Really?
And you'd be like, why were like the 80 people that you had there? And you literally did not show any of them.
That's really weird. That's funny.
Yeah, they did it all the time. They were like renowned for it. You'd show up on the set, and they'd be like, I hope you know you're probably not going to ever be seen.
Well, you got paid and you got to eat craft service.
That is true. Yes, that is true. To do nothing. Yeah.
No,
because you did stuff. They would always place you and put you like to be at a restaurant or be in the park or be whatever it was. Mm-hmm. They would have you doing stuff the whole time, but then you'd watch the episode and it was like a Leone close up, like the entire time bouncing back and forth between the two actors talking. And you'd be like, wow, all of that background, and then you don't see a damn you might see like a shadow over there.
Right? Like a handheld. Don't they use it like that?
Yeah, they did a lot of that,
They're gonna make it look as realistic as possible, even if they don't see you.
Right.
Just in case the camera
just in case, right?
Like the Blair Witch, or I did a film called Baghead, and that was Sony, and they did that on a camera like that, where it was.
See, I think handheld. Personally, I think handheld's good for very, very, very specific things, and to make something kind of like feel like explosion or along that. But I think it's way overused. I think it's literally overused.
I
think that one of those. What was it? One of the very first Avengers or Captain America movie, they used a handheld all the time. And there was one part where Captain America's just talking to Nick Fury, and the camera's doing this the whole time. All they're doing is standing and talking.
Yeah.
And the handheld just. I'm just like, holy! Why did you not put that on like sticks, man? Like a dolly. I'm like, holy! Why are you handhelding?
I don't think people like it. Like NYPD Blue was like that. Do you remember NYPD Blue?
Yeah.
Tommy, do you remember that?
Yeah, they what they try to do with those is try to get it as realistic as possible.
Well, and
So they try to,
traumatic and all that kind of stuff. And it
yeah,
can
so,
work when used correctly, but to try to use it
right.
all the times, especially when it's just static actors talking, like,
Yeah.
why is your.
Yeah.
I definitely agree. It got to make sense when you're using it.
Yeah, I mean, you can do all sorts of things, whether make it to amplify fear or to amplify a lot of different things that you can use that tool, and it's good for that. But like I said, I just think it's actually starting to go down a little bit from basically probably the 2005 to about 2015. It was like literally every film was like handheld, man. I was just like, it became like way like every film was like that handheld look. Now it's kind of dying down. You know how Hollywood works, bro. A trend gets started, and then everyone jumps on board and does it, and then it gets
right.
The only thing I was shocked at is I thought when Sin City, the original Sin City, came out, I thought you'd be seeing all these films come out with people playing with black and white and color.
Yeah, your film was like that, right? Your script.
Well, I do noir, so
yeah.
But I mean, you know how like in Sin City, where like the eyes would come into color or the lips would come into color. It was such a beautiful thing, and I'm like, oh, dude, a bunch of films are going to come out, and no, it didn't. It didn't happen, man. Maybe it's because it's probably pretty expensive to do, and very time consuming to probably do that in post.
Yeah.
Right.
But I for sure thought because it was such a popular movie and did so well.
Yeah.
That I thought.
But they didn't. Yeah, there weren't a lot of imitations. I don't think.
Well, there was the one right before that, Pleasantville. They started it.
Yeah. Yeah.
But they just did like what they went in the 50s and it became black and white, and then current day was color. They played with it a little bit, and then Sin City came out. But
right.
So is that film out now? The one you just said you just finished?
The one I did?
Yeah, the Doctor, the romantic comedy or comedy.
This is recent, the most recent one, and I also I worked on it, and I'm not really even supposed to talk about it. Here I am talking about it. I'll get in trouble.
I hate those rules, man.
Yeah,
I am a filmmaker, and I would never say, "Hey, like, hey, I'm going to do my M. Night Shyamalan, and your whole family will be slaughtered if you talk about this film."
Yeah, I signed so much paperwork. I'm not quite sure what I'm allowed to say, other than that I do perform an exorcism. So I'm going to let you. I'm just going to say that.
Hey, it's a good resume, man. Acting skills, exorcism.
Exorcist? No, an exorcism. Yeah. Sorry.
Exorcism.
And it's a TV. That's a TV spot.
No, if you put exorcist, you'd have to have like you and Linda Blair together or something like that.
I know. Actually, I worked with a Swedish girl who was really good at being demon possessed. I was like, damn. Yeah. And she was pregnant. I was like, ah, like not of her being pregnant, but she was like, get out. Like she was scary.
She was channeling her pregnancy, man.
Yeah. And I was like,
I'm feeling really hormonal right now. I'm going to put it into the acting.
I'm like, wow, I can't believe they're allowing her on the set. She's like,
And they just kept the frame like up here.
No, you see her whole body, but I guess
they wanted her to be pregnant on screen.
No, she kind of told production, but I don't think they got it until she showed up on set. So, but it was fine. They were fine.
And they just tried to work around it.
Yeah, but she was great. She was really good. I was like, damn. I mean, she was scary.
Hey, I didn't know that Black Widow girl was pregnant on one of those films, and they like had to shoot around her pregnancy the whole time. What's her name? I forget her name.
Scarlett Johansson.
Yeah, Scarlett Johansson. Yeah. I didn't know that. I just saw that in the other, like, I don't know, a couple weeks ago, where it was showing it that she had been pregnant. They were behind the scenes showing how they were constantly hiding it.
Yeah. Yeah. This one, yeah.
Yeah. They had to be smart.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Mila Jovovich did that on one of the Resident Evil ones too, I think. Where she was pregnant during the taking of it. I mean, the husband is like the director, but
Right. Yeah.
But very cool. Hey, so Tommy, what are you currently working on besides your editing gig? Are you finishing up that film editing wise? What is your current little thing that's clicking with you?
Right now, I'm working on editing my first. It's supposed to be my first feature, but it's my second now. It's called Social Glitches. It's a comedy film about a guy trying to catfish using his friends. So It's a comedy. It's a laugh out loud comedy, and I'm hoping to be done with it by the summertime. I'm doing a Indiegogo campaign where it's a motivational campaign of me getting the film finished. So
That's cool. And well, there
yeah,
certainly is a lot of catfishing out there. So
yeah. So
like I almost feel like they just put an ad out going, we're looking for really unintelligent criminals to try to catfish people.
right.
Like
There's a lot of that
if you haven't gone past second grade, we want you.
right.
Well, I mean, because most of these are like such idiotic scripts that they try to do, man. You're like, really, seriously, man? Like,
Yeah, and you got to be careful because they taking people pages. They got my cousin page a few weeks ago where he's just like, I knew it wasn't him when he sent me the message saying something about a grant. Like
it's usually
fill out
clicking on
this about a
links,
grant.
man. Like people click on links. That's usually how they hack it. They link gets messaged to you. Someone clicks on it, and it's like a hack. I don't click on nothing, bro. I don't click on nothing unless like I can see the URL and I see it's like YouTube or
right.
You know what I mean? Like if it's any kind of other kind of link, I just don't.
Yeah.
Like I had to get my mom. My mom kept getting hacked. I'm like, Mom, stop clicking on links.
Right.
Did she just
your parents in social media, they need their own the social media platform. Somebody hacked my mom too.
Oh no!
Because my mom just doesn't get it. And she's just like, oh yeah, click that. That looks funny. That looks.
All right. They post all these pictures. I'm like, you giving them stuff to post about you.
Yeah, and they're getting smart in certain ways, like with emails. Like they'll send you your Amazon, your order from Amazon just got sent when there's no order. But
Right.
and I had to show my mom and say, okay, don't click on these, and I had to show her how to tell it was a fake because you go up to where the sending email is, and if you click on that, it's a blank face. Don't touch the link. If it's actually Amazon, it'll go directly to Amazon when you click on the sender. You know what I mean?
Right.
But like I had to help go over that with her, man. I'm like, man, because I can understand a lot of older people getting
suckered
easily
into it.
confused with all that stuff, man.
Mm-hmm.
It's a lot going on. It's a
good premise, man. It's a good premise.
Yeah.
Now you just got to pull it off, get it shot.
Oh, it's shot. It's just I got to edit now.
So you're trying to edit 2 films right now.
Well, the Holding the Devil In is just basically cutting some stuff down because I tried to place it in a film festival and they wanted so many minutes. So I was doing everything to extend it. The credits was long, so I'm gonna shorten the credits and put some stuff in the back and probably switch some 2 scenes and it'll be done.
Oh, you didn't have enough shot and they wanted like
right. And
probably usually it's at least 80, 90 minutes, I think, for it to be called for a feature.
Yeah, so it's a
what was
a
it, like
long,
50 or something? So you're trying to make a 20-minute credits?
Well, it was a long
like,
credit.
Like this slow.
Yeah, I had put in some cooler stuff. It's just like I was just like watching it. I was just like, these credits just too long for me. But
you just like loop the credits for like 20 minutes.
Right. Well, the credits was long. They were like 5 minutes. I just, most credits are like 2 minutes at the beginning. So I'm just gonna cut that down. Probably add some stuff to the end. If it's smaller, then that's fine. I'm through film circuit for it. So.
See, I envy you, man, because I do not. I certainly, from a creative standpoint, and I write my edits into the script. Like I write the scenes the way I want them edited. You know what I mean?
Right.
Good.
You should.
I only shoot. I don't do a bunch of excess shooting. You know what I mean? I shoot exactly how I want it edited. You know what I mean?
Well,
so I'm like 1, 2 takes, bam, move on to the next thing. You know what I mean?
Right.
I'm the opposite of Fincher, bro.
Me, I might shoot
I
too
don't
much.
edit, so I envy your skills in editing, man. So because that's the more you can do yourself, the better. The only thing is sometimes you'll lose out on other people's creativity. Sometimes they'll see something cool and creative that you've never thought of, and they'll add it in there and stuff like that.
Right.
but I still having that skill set, I think is beautiful. I don't have the pay. I already have enough on my plate trying to write and direct. And I do a lot of designing, like lighting wise, all that kind of stuff, but I let those people implement it. I have a gaffer, I have a DP, I have, you know what I mean? Like it's hard to, I respect it. Like Rodriguez, man, that guy does everything. Like the DP, sometimes I've in interviews, his DP's like, I don't even know if I really feel like a DP. I usually just sit around because Robert's always got the camera in his hand.
That's interesting.
Right.
That's funny. Yeah.
Yeah. Because he just
I'm a
does
shooter
everything.
too. Yeah.
Huh?
I do everything as well, so I don't want to do everything because it's hard doing everything.
But it saves you a lot of money. But yeah.
Yeah, I take the bull by the horns and make sure make it.
I mean, I could probably shoot more if I could do everything, but I just don't. I don't want to learn all of that. Is what it comes down to. I don't want to learn how to like roll a camera and all that kind of stuff. It's just not. I would rather hire someone to do that and have my focus be totally on the framing, how I want the lighting, all that kind of stuff. You know what I mean?
Right.
But I respect it. I think it's beautiful that when you can do all the different stuff. I think it's amazing. Well, this has been amazing so far, you guys. We're going to take a little 5-minute break. I want to give a big shout out to anybody that's either watching this now or will watch it in the future. Whether it be Twitch or Facebook or YouTube or any of those things. Hey, Mark, why do we not have our little ticker? I thought you were going to work on the ticker.
We are. Look, right there.
I know,
so
but it doesn't say.
I blew it up.
Oh, there it is. Well, that's an email. I thought you were going to put our URLs.
Yeah, I blew it up. We still have the ticker, but I blew it up. So
no, I know, but the URLs to Facebook, YouTube,
email, the emails will be right there. So that way it's up.
Gotcha. But we have amazing guests, you guys. They're very creative, beautiful people. Elise I've known for a long time. And we appreciate you both coming on the show. Elise is a veteran actress. She's always been, all I've ever seen from her is very straightforward, benevolent energy. You know, I mean, she could be off camera hiding and like being a badass ninja somewhere, but I don't know. That all I can go off is what she's shown to me. And then Tommy, I'm just meeting, but I if you're a friend of Mark's, that says a lot because Mark is a good guy, and I can't imagine him not being friends with someone that is also a good guy. And then I just see I'm always impressed with versatility. That has always been something that impresses me. If you can dabble in a lot of stuff, and be good at a lot of stuff, I think it always behooves you to do so.
Yeah.
And helps with your career. But anyway, you guys, we're going to take, you've been watching Stormcoat, Dreamers Talking to Dreamers. We're going to take a 5-minute break. We're going to be right back. We're going to finish up on what their plans for the future are, what big aspirations they have going. And then we'll finish up with a little bit of talking about life and stuff like that. But thank you so much for watching. That is Mark Potter, our co-host, our lovely guests, Elise and Tommy, both brilliant artists. And then, of course, Lola down there, who looks too comfortable. I'm not going to bring her up. But anyway, we'll see you back in 5 minutes. You've been watching Stormcoat, Dreamers Talking to Dreamers. And then Elise and Tommy, just don't disconnect. Stay on.
Will we be talking to you, or we're just all taking a break?
We're all taking a 5-minute break. And then he's going to run those reels again.
Oh, I didn't see my actual reel. Did you do that, or just the scene?
It was showing. I don't know about reel. He showed short or whatever that was.
Yeah, that was from Dolls, the movie Dolls. And then I was going to tell you about another film, but I can do it when I get back, I guess.
Yeah, you can. Yeah.
Okay, good.
We're only going to be, however, with the length of those reels playing is the length of our break.
Oh, okay. So like
he's going to play what we played in the beginning. He's going to play it again.
Okay.
For people that maybe missed that. And then we will be right back, you guys. Again, see you in about 5 or 6 minutes.
Okay, great. Thank you.
All right. Now, Mark, that's your cue.
I know. I'm getting it.
He's very calm. I know.
There we go.
Want to blame me for everything? Is that it, Sammy?
No, Mom. No, it's Dad's fault. He got so drunk that you blacked out and fell in a dick or 7.
We were already separated, honey.
Right.
God, this place is creepy. I never liked it here.
Yeah, that's great, Mom. Is there anything else?
Actually, yes. I spoke with Dr. Miller.
Here we go. Okay.
And he says it's dangerous to stop taking your medicine cold turkey.
Of course he does. That's where doctors get all their money.
No one is forcing you to take the pills, honey, but it's safer for you to wean yourself off them. There are serious risks.
This is so naive.
Stop acting like your dad. This is serious. Where is your father?
It's none of your business, really.
Look, I know you love your dad, and you should. He's a good man, a really good one. He just hasn't been able to heal properly.
Yeah, after the way you treated him, what do you expect?
That's not what I mean, Sammy. Look, when your dad was little, his dad left. Robert threw himself into his drawings as a way to deal with it. Then his father died, and they never made amends. So your father has this big empty spot inside of him, Sammy. That's really hard on him. And I tried to fill that empty spot, but I failed. So you have every right to hate me. I never stopped loving your father. And I'm not going to hang him out to dry. But he needs to come through before we can have that conversation.
So what? You and your greedy attorney will lay off of him?
If he can help himself, I will renegotiate all of the terms. And if you can help him, I fully support that. And I trust you.
Great bitch! Yeah, I just hate it, man. The fuck? Shit, man. Shit, man. I gotta kill this nigga. Come on, fam. Oh, man.
Back to them hoes about Puerto Rico.
You gonna kill me? Kill me? Come on, man. You ain't gotta do this.
Sorry, fam. I need all the money.
We can work this out, man. We can work this out. You gonna kill me? Over that little bit of money?
I'm sorry, man. My daughter was sick, and I'm still trying to come up with all the money.
It's my life, but hers. Now you'll never get to see her again. That was all.
Okay. Hey, Roger. I'll let you scream this time. Hey, Roger. Remember, no screaming. 15. 14. 13. 12. 11.
I got a bad feeling about this.
Holly, you need to calm down. How long have we been doing this?
You are ready. We are ready.
I knew you shouldn't have brought her. Why are we even doing this right now?
I need some fresh air.
Oh my god. Oh no. Hold it together.
Check this out, man. You remember that serial killer, right? Special Ops Samuel Walker?
Yeah, what about him?
They say he went crazy after the death of his son about a year ago. They say his son was found on the lake not too far from here, man.
I mean, he probably went fishing. What's your point?
Bro, this is serious, man. There's a killer on the loose, man. We should probably go check on the girl.
Bruh, damn them girls, okay? They'll be okay.
Bro, they say he's killed over 10 people, man. Maybe we should call for backup to help scan the area, huh?
We don't need any backup. We're good, the girls are good, everything is good. Brother.
All right, guys. Here we are back.
I don't see my reel playing.
I don't know. I didn't look at what you sent. I just sent it to Mark. So it looks like he's just playing
the one scene from
Yeah,
Golf.
Mark is tech guy. He's the one that deals with all that. If you want it though, if we ever do it again in the future and you want something specific,
I'll put your reel in the link.
I just actually sent you guys again, both of you again, just because I'm like, that's so weird. Because I mean, that scene's good, but it's not like.
What he can do though is he can add the reel on once we're done.
Great. Yeah, that'd be awesome. Thank you.
Yeah, no worries.
Yeah.
Sorry, I thought that was all you sent him. I didn't know.
No, I sent my website. I sent all the stuff. That's when you said he didn't have it. I thought that's so weird. I sent all the stuff.
No, I had to explain to him on Gmail because we've had this problem a long time, and I finally figured it out. He didn't understand that Gmail has different inboxes within Gmail. You don't get them all. Like they have a social box.
Oh, interesting.
And if you don't know
that,
and you just constantly look at the main page, you're going to miss a lot of emails.
Yeah, I sent like 10 pictures. I'm like, let me know if you want
and
more.
So, because I just, after 2 years of us doing a show and this happening over and over and over again, I just, with you, figured out why he was missing all these. Because I have a Gmail account, but I use Yahoo. So I wasn't really thinking about it. And Yahoo, it's all in one box. Email, it literally separates.
Yeah.
You don't see it unless you put all inboxes or all emails and like click it.
Interesting.
I don't know why Gmail does that. I have no clue. I use Gmail specifically for business. I don't use it as my main email. So
okay. Yeah.
But I remembered that about Gmail. And so I said, hey, bro, you do know that there's another inbox. And he's like, really? I'm like, Mark, you use that as your main email for years. How do you not know that? I'm like,
I'm not real techie, but anyway.
I'm like, how many emails over the years have you missed, bro? Like, it's like, personally, I don't know why Gmail does that. It literally why it separates your email.
Yeah.
It's not a security thing. It literally separates what it can. A lot of things, anything with attachments, it considers promotional. And so it shoves it into like promotional, which is like literally a separate
category.
Inbox.
Right. That's weird. Okay, interesting. Because I was like, I sent so much stuff. I'm only seeing dolls.
No, and it's happened over and over and over again. And I would constantly be like, I would end up having to have him send it to me, and I would forward it to him.
Yeah.
And I'm like, why is there so many problems? And then finally, you were the last straw. I was like, bro, do you know that there's multiple inboxes on Gmail? And he's like, really? Yeah. And then as soon as I said that, you didn't even need to send the stuff. As soon as I said that to him, he searched your name in his email.
Oh.
And it all popped up.
Yeah, because then he's like, oh, he got it. I'm like, okay, now he got it. That was so weird.
Yeah, no, he got it before, but it was in the...
Yeah, it was in the... That's so weird. Okay, cool.
I don't know. But anyway, that's enough about all the email stuff. We'll figure that out and add the real... like I said, we're just getting back into this after 7 months.
That's okay.
So we're a bit rusty. This is our second episode. I apologize. We will figure it out. He'll add the reel onto the recorded version when it's done.
Yeah.
But Elise, what was the other film you wanted to talk about?
So I want to say that I did Space Hunters, the Battle for Deep Star, changed its name.
I like sci-fi.
Yes, and I'm working with Michael Pare again. He's my husband in the film, and the actress Sarah French is my daughter, and that's a
Michael Pare.
Michael Pare.
Yeah, gotcha.
Payday with him too. It's like the second time,
he's in a lot of what's his name's films. He's on my Facebook, and we've had him on as a guest. Mark, what is that? The guy with the glasses, the director that's directed like 30 films. They're all kind of like
Searchy?
What?
Matt Searchy?
Yeah. There
Okay,
you go.
yeah.
Max. And he's been on this show.
Okay, he's the director of Mayday. I did Mayday with him too, and Michael Pare, and that's just so funny. And then I'm in this film, kind of as a hologram.
Michael Pare does film after film after film after film.
Yeah, and Eric Roberts. I just met him for the first time on this series.
And Eric Roberts is the king of films. He's got to have like 500 films under his belt. Man.
I know. I said he was so nice, and he's like fist bump. Like he's like, hey, you know. And I said, oh, Eric, my name's Elise Muller. I used to work with you on this film, you know, but I couldn't. And then he just kind of went, all right, and he kind of fist bumped and walked away. So I was like, oh, okay. So it was kind of funny because
and the only thing is, I hear he has trouble with his dialogue.
Oh, okay.
He has like you have to hold up cards for him or something like that. Or
I wish I had that. I did a Korean soap opera, and I asked them if they could have sentences all around, kind of like Marlon Brando, all around the set for me.
The only person I've ever seen do that while I was on set was Chevy Chase, but he did do a lot of blow in the 80s. So, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah, there you go. But
that was on Community.
Okay. Speaking of rappers, I also did a very funny rap video with 24K Golden. Again, playing the mom after, like, I marry him in the video. He's like my son's friend in the music video.
Oh, so you were being the cougar.
Yeah, it's like American Pie. Like, yeah, Jennifer Coolidge. Like,
Stifler's mom. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
And so many people were hitting me up on Instagram. I'm like, look, I'm an actor. I am not that like horny mom in the music video. That's not me. Like, it's just funny because the response.
You're like, well, except for like, you know, role playing night with my husband, but you know.
Right. And then, but other than that, I'm in a T-Mobile commercial here, and I'm in this crazy music video here. I'm very diverse. I'm not just this box, you know, so.
Yeah, I don't know. There's not really, if I ever wanted to cast you in something, I would just see if you could act. I wouldn't.
Yeah.
Like I don't view you that way. You know what I mean? Like
yeah.
Now it would probably imagine it's always in acting. It's always your looks too. I mean that's always dynamic. You know what I mean? Unless you're going to do some Charisse Theron, put like the ugly mask on and go.
Yeah, I could do that too.
Yeah, you could, and then almost anyone could if you basically take their face away. But you know what I mean? But,
yeah. Gain 20 pounds and
Yeah, exactly. I would never do that. Method acting, it's weird, man. I mean, from a directing standpoint, whatever gets you there is 1,000 roads to Damascus, whatever works for you. But it's kind of a handful from a directing standpoint. You're trying to talk to them as a director, and they're still trying to be method.
Oh, God. It's the
and
worst.
You're like, hey, can you drop that for a second? I need to actually like. I know you're playing the sadistic killer in the film, but can you like let go for a moment so I can actually have a director-actor conversation?
Yeah, I did that. I played Sharon Stone twice, and I actually worked with her, and she's very method. I had to play her opposite of her.
Yeah.
In a small room, and she was very serious. You know, nice woman, very
Hey,
serious.
like I said, whatever works for him works for him, but it's a challenge.
Yeah.
From off the camera standpoint.
Or taking themselves too seriously.
To deal with like I mean acting's not really my thing. I've done acting, but like any of those things, I'm more of a know my lines, know my stuff, and then from the hip.
Yeah, that's right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely.
So
and then
the whole method thing, like Val Kilmer, I heard was like that, and he almost of the entire crew on the Doors wanted to kill him, dude, because he was like, "Call me Jim," for like literally like 3 weeks straight. He wore those leather pants without taking them off, and they did a lot of location where they were at a hotel, and he would show up after set in the bar, still wearing the whole Morrison thing, and would get pissed if people didn't call him Jim, and.
There are those actors that are like that.
Right.
Yes, I know them.
He's going overboard for the role.
Yeah, it's like, all right, hey.
Hey, if they give me amazing performances, I'll go with it.
Right.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Now, Tommy, we'll start with you. What is besides the 2 features we were talking about? What is a major goal in the next couple of years you want to accomplish?
Well, I've been writing this romantic drama. It's called Love is Pain. I definitely want to get that one out. It's about a dude dealing with heartbreak, and I think we don't talk about that as men enough. So I definitely want to get that one out. And then I have a couple shorts that I've been writing. I want to do 10 shorts this year. So here in the next few months, I'm gonna be shooting, and I'm gonna do some.
Man, all power to you, man. I've done 16 shorts and I'm done, man. I'm like, I have a bunch I've written that I haven't shot yet, but I'm like, I just want to do a feature, man. I'm kind of over the whole short thing, man. I'm like, I'm helping a friend that was an actress in one of my shorts. I'm helping her in another month or so with her short. I'm going to co-direct it with her and help her with it because it's her first time directing or whatever, but that's more of a favor thing. I'm kind of shorted out. So I all power to you, man. It's a good thing.
Yeah.
Man.
Yeah, I'm gonna do the short thing for YouTube. I just want to show my work. Yeah, just keep working on the craft and keep just.
They're good for that, man. Short films are good to get learn, to get some of your art out there, to all those kind of things.
Right. And like I said, Holding the Double N Part 2, I'm working on that as well. And then I got another comedy script that I'm working on. It's the feature. It's called Gun Charge. It's about a blogger. And there are a lot of stereotypes now, man. You know, it's a lot of rappers that's dying. And it's not funny, but I just wanted to let people know how stupid it is. But the little beef that they be having, it's not that serious. So they more comedy relief awareness films that I'm.
Most great comedies are based off serious things, man. So, you know, go back and watch any show of Richard Pryor or Eddie Murphy or George Carlin or any of those cats. They were all like, all their comedy was derivative off of usually some kind of some intense subject matter. You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah. So you can find comedy and tragedy. That's why they put those things together, brother.
Right.
Yeah. And it also helps people deal with and alleviate. And I would say Pryor and Eddie Murphy were 2 of the biggest causes of improvement in race relations there were, because people of every color loved both of them.
Right.
And so they felt comfortable talking with each other about those jokes in comedy, because whether you're white or black or anything else, you all love those comedians. And so that's why I laugh when these people want to like silence comedians and tell them, oh, they can't make that joke, they can't make this joke. I'm like, bro, like if Eddie Murphy and all those guys had not existed, like our race relations would be way worse. They were like so good. Everybody loved them that everyone could sit around the water cooler and the white guy could talk to his black fellow employee about the comedy special, about Raw with Eddie Murphy, and it created conversations. You know what I mean?
Right.
So I don't think you should ever be censored ever, man. I just think either if it sucks, no one's going to watch it.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But if it's good and some people like it, man, if you don't like it, just don't watch it, man. It's, you know.
Yeah. It's a sensitive. We living in a sensitive culture now.
Oversensitive, brother. Right? Like way oversensitive, man.
It's like hey, those are comedians. They supposed to make people laugh.
Like, put on your big boy pants, man. Put on the adult clothes.
Archie Bunker, the Jeffersons, those were all great shows. They were funny. Made fun of everybody. So
Yeah, and Archie Bunker and George Jefferson was some of the funniest crap, and all they were doing is throwing racial slurs at each other back and forth, man.
But But they loved each other.
And it created conversations, though. It created that show. Those 2 shows were like pivotal.
Yeah.
The Jeffersons was the first time you showed a white-black couple on TV.
Right. Yep.
Yeah, that guy was nerdy as hell, the tall white dude, but
yes, he was.
But his woman had him down on like holy heck, dude. She had him whooped. But anyway, but no, I think all that stuff's pivotal to us expanding as human beings and spirits. I think you need those kind of catalysts to make improvements in all sorts of realms, whether it be race relations or anything else. I think all those forms of art are pivotal to those things happening. And if you censor them, then you're going backwards. You're not going forwards. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know, but very cool. I'm very happy for you, brother. Now, Elise, what is in the next 2 years? What do you want to do? What are you excited about?
I am going to be more proactive in trying to either create content or reach out myself to other people. I'm always waiting for the phone, and I'm just going to try to create things.
I will help you if you need it in whatever way you think I could help you.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Yes. All of you can help me. No.
Correct.
Just kidding.
I don't mind collabing. So.
Well, and I have a bunch of short scripts I've never shot. If you have someone that wants to shoot, I don't need to shoot it. If you have someone that wants to shoot it and you find one that's interesting, feel free to go.
That's great.
Do it.
Absolutely.
I just told you I really don't have plans on shooting any of them, and I have a ton of them. So.
Well, my husband has an interesting story. Well, my husband and my husband fell very hard from addiction to alcohol and ended up penniless in the Salvation Army, and had a miracle with God through God, and never drank again. But as you know, we have a small business, small business owners, and it's a really great story actually to get that out to the public because it gives hope. You know, he's someone who had a lot. He played football at UCLA, was a linebacker, and had his master's and everything. Had a house in Palos Verdes Estates, and literally ended up penniless in the Salvation Army.
Are you talking about a feature?
Yeah, feature, anything. Like that story.
Well, if you want a short version of it, maybe to use to try to solicit some funding for a bigger version.
Yeah.
Let me know. I'll be happy to put something together. If you give me the notes, put a short version of it together so you can go shoot that and use it. What we talked about earlier, man. Producers or investors are visual, so you know what I mean. Nowadays it's good to have a really amazing pitch deck.
Yeah.
And it's good to have some kind of short or trailer thing.
Yeah.
They can envision. Because they're more apt to want to be involved if they can already visually see it and envision it. You know what I mean? Than you throwing a bunch of, here's a script.
Yeah. And I think it's such a story of hope, and it's something that we need right now.
And Underdog just did well.
Underdog?
Yeah, that movie about Kurt Warner, it was like a Christian-backed production. The Rams quarterback.
Oh.
And it had the lead actor in it from Shazam.
Oh, okay.
You know the guy that plays Shazam in the big movie that came out?
No.
He also played in
Is it Neil McDonough?
No, he played in that TV show too. I forget what it's called. I even worked on it several times. Mark, you look. Who's the lead actor in Shazam?
Shazam. I'm not Mark.
But it's the guy. The film just came out called Underdog, an underdog story.
Yeah, that's him.
Yeah, and Kurt Warner was a guy that literally played really third division or something like college football, and he was literally never made it to the NFL. Was back like 28, 29, bagging groceries,
right,
at a grocery store, and in the same year. Got signed as a backup.
Yep.
The main quarterback in preseason gets hurt. And he actually starts the whole season and wins the Super Bowl and MVP all in the same year of him coming into.
Isn't that amazing?
Greatest show on turf.
29 years old.
Wow.
And he made a name playing arena football. So it's his story, and it's all very Christian oriented. You can tell that it was a Christian production.
We're Catholic, but yeah, it could be So.
Well, I mean, I'm just saying and it's doing well. A lot of people like it. So and it's all about kind of similar qualities of like all the way down to the bottom and then all the way back up. And
right, yeah, that's great.
Well, like I said, if you want me to if you send me a bunch of outlines, I can maybe try to figure out how to make a condensed little short version you guys could shoot if you want.
Thank you so much. Yeah, we're looking for anything. Either a book, a movie, a short,
Well, I think that would be the best place to start. Go shoot a little short that you guys can put together with friends. You know a lot of people in LA. Find someone to help you shoot it, do all that, get a trailer together, get a pitch deck together.
Okay.
Right.
Another thing would be is to write an autobiography.
Okay.
Yeah, she's not going to take 5 months or 6 months to write a novel.
I'm just saying.
I don't have that time. No, I'm kidding.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, have an autobiography, have a go.
Hey, if I had the patience with my writing ability to actually write novels, I would have probably been able to just do that a long time ago. But I don't have. I've tried 3 different times. I can write scripts out. Like I have 6 feature scripts. I can do those, and I have endless poetry and lyrics and shorts and all that kind of stuff. But I tried 3 times to write a novel, and I get about 80 pages in, and I'm like, dude. Like I'm supposed to write another 300 pages or 400 pages. Like I'm like,
hey, I did it. I
don't have the attention span, man. I'm like, I want to move on to something different. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You gotta write outlines. You gotta outline it, and then it's.
No, I have all that, brother. I have one that I've got about 90 pages in, and I actually outlined a whole 12-book series for it.
Oh wow.
And I'm great at world creation and all that kind of stuff, but I'm just like, I cannot focus on just this for another 400 pages.
Yeah, I know.
Like a script, I can get through because it's about 100 to 120 pages.
Yeah,
and I can move my way through that, and then I'm done, and then I'm moving on to something very different that's keeping my ADHD mind going. You know what I mean?
Right. I have that.
You see, that's the best thing, though. You have that biography. That's another IP attached to that movie, and that's the thing that they're looking for.
It is. I struggled with that visual novel game that I wrote in the IP of Blade and Blood because that was literally 130 pages, but normal novel format, which if I had put that into actually script format, it would have been about 2 feature films.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because, like dialogue's like only that wide and, like it doesn't, script format does not use anywhere near a full page's space.
Yeah. Right.
You know what I mean? So if I had taken that and put it in script format, it would have probably been two full-length features. It's about 4 or 5 hour game, dude.
Oh my God.
And it's visual novel, so it's basically a lot of writing, with animated 3D models or whatever. But I was like, oh my God, I struggled to even get through that, man. So trying to get me to do a 500-page book or something, I'm like,
I mean, mine's like 300.
Yeah, I don't know, man. Nowadays there are people that do 200-page books and call it a novel, man. I'm like,
that's not a novel.
I'm old school, bro. Like I've been reading a couple books a week since I was 5. You know what I mean? Like,
wow.
It's if it ain't at least 350.
Right.
Wow.
That ain't a novel, man. I mean, this is the novel I'm reading right now, man.
Oh my God.
What is that?
I have paperbacks and I'm on page 3.
That's Priory of an Orange Tree. That's literally it's like 900 pages. 800.
Wow.
Yeah, that's not a novel. That's a grimoire.
That's an encyclopedia.
No, I read a bunch of those kind
That's a thesaurus. That's like
that Wheel of Time series that just came out on TV. Did you guys see it?
No.
It was Robert Jordan's Wheel of Time TV show, Amazon. It was their big attempt at making a Game of Thrones kind of series.
Oh.
Okay. Oh yeah, I've seen it.
Yeah, so that's based on Robert Jordan, which is kind of funny because Robert Jordan's Wheel of Time series, which had 14 books in it, and each one of those books is about 700 pages. That's the series that inspired George R.R. Martin to write Game of Thrones.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so Robert Jordan came around in like the late 80s, early 90s, and then that series went all the way to him dying, and they had to have another author finish the last 3 books. So that went all the way to about 2008. So from like late 80s to like 2008, 14 book series. And that series was what inspired George R. Martin to write Game of Thrones.
Oh, interesting. Wow.
And so that was the TV series. The first season just came out where Bezos was like, go give me a Game of Thrones.
Yeah.
You know, basically told his people at Amazon, go find him a Game of Thrones. So they outbid everybody and bought the Wheel of Time. And then season 1 just came out, I don't know, a few months ago.
Right.
I didn't see all of Game of Thrones, but it was a good show. Pretty.
Oh, it was a brilliant show. I read the novels before I ever watched the show, but.
Did you read the Chronicles of Narnia?
When I was like 7 or 6 or something like that.
Right, exactly. There you go. That's
yeah.
Anyway, that's good.
Yeah. But that's a very Christian series.
The Chronicles of Narnia.
Yeah, that was written by the Christian author. Almost all of it was very Christian symbology.
Yeah, Aslan being God.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess
it's advocated by, you'll find it in Christian bookstores.
Interesting. What about Flowers in the Attic?
No. But Pan's Labyrinth to me is like a master class in film noir lighting. That is like when people ask me what film noir lighting is, that.
What's flying here? Hello, guys.
JD.
Yeah.
He's stuck.
He stopped.
I think you got your problem earlier.
Yeah.
Right.
He's stuck in the Matrix. There he is.
There you go.
He's back.
What happened there, man? I thought we had our tech down. Everything's been going great. Last show,
Hey,
everything
stop.
went perfect.
It's not us. It's you.
Yeah.
Oh wait, you guys didn't? It just reloaded out of nowhere.
Yeah, you were frozen. You were like.
Yeah, I don't know. I never. All of a sudden, it just showed you guys reloading.
Oh, that's what we saw. You reloading.
Oh, really?
Or just like frozen, and then there you were. Now you're frozen again.
I think that storm is taking you out.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow. There you are.
Oh my lordy, what is going on?
Hey, it's that storm that.
No, I'm looking for Linda Blair somewhere, man.
No.
I'm looking for Heads doing 360s, bro.
Yeah.
Do you know that was probably one of the scariest movies I ever saw as a kid? Because I was real young when I saw that. That was like
the Exorcist,
like 70s or something like that.
Yeah, Exorcist.
Yeah, because I think I saw it when I was like 8 or something like that, or 9, and that I had bad dreams for like a week after seeing that.
I did too. And Burnt Offerings. Do you remember Burnt Offerings?
No.
Oh.
I do remember when I was 8, though, I had horrible nightmares because my father didn't want to pay for a babysitter, so he made me go with him to watch Saturn III with Farrah Fawcett. And literally in the film, it had Michael Ironside, I think, too, in it. Okay. And in the film, there's a killer robot that there's a creator, pulls his head off and starts walking around with the Michael Irons or whatever head on top of him. It also shows Farrah Fawcett completely butt-ass naked.
Yeah, I think I remember. Yeah.
And I'm like 7 or something. And I'm like, I was like, literally, I'm like, I need therapy. Like right now, I'm only 8 and I don't know what therapy is, but I think I need it.
I saw Jaws and it was the same thing. I was like, oh my God, I can never go in the water again. I was a kid.
Oh, everyone was like that. Holy crap.
I guess you're right. I wasn't like a special with that.
No, I mean, it was scary.
Yeah.
I remember not wanting to go in the water after Jaws came out.
2 films. Scream and Starship Troopers.
What are you talking about? The original Scream was like a comedy, man.
Right.
Not when I was a kid.
How was
Two
that?
movies.
No, it was a
I'll tell you
comedy,
my-
bro. It was a
I'll
spoof
tell
on
y'all
all
my
the
two.
Frankenstein, is it, or meets the Wolfman or whatever, or not Frankenstein? It was that one of those old movies that was scary as hell for me. It was a comedy. You know what I'm talking about?
Young Frankenstein.
It's not.
Are you
not
talking about Gene Wilder?
No, I'm talking. It's the other one where the Wolfman's there, and that was scary.
Oh, that's like 60s, 50s.
Yeah, I know. And I saw it as a little kid, and I did not think it was funny. Did not ring funny to me.
You should see The Raven with, it was, I think, the last film Bela Lugosi ever did, and it had Vincent Price and Peter Lorre.
Yeah, right.
Starship Troopers, when the guy was getting.
Oh my God, that was also. What is wrong with you? Starship Troopers was like a comedy, man. Like
That was not a comedy.
Goofy action.
It's a good action film.
The aliens terrorizing and
I know, and it was brutal, but it was also like over the top action, like meant to be comic booky kind of. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I can tell you my
Next
two.
thing
My two is
I know, you're
Nightmare
going
on
to
Elm
say She-Ra.
What's that, Tommy?
Nightmare on Elm Street and It.
Oh, now that was scary.
That
The
was
original one? Oh, my lordy.
Yeah, the original ones. I was.
Yeah.
Me.
No,
Oh, that was
yeah.
Jamie. Was that Jamie Lee Curtis? Was she in that? Or
No.
that was,
No, that's Halloween.
No, that's Halloween. Yeah, no, it's the girl with the glasses. What's her toes? Are you looking it up, Mark?
For which one? Nightmare on Elm Street?
Yeah.
yeah, the original Nightmare was that Johnny Depp in that?
No.
Yeah, when he was he was the one with the radio. They got sucked in the bed.
Yep, Glenn Lance.
Yeah.
Heather Langenkamp.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't even know who that is.
Okay,
But it had a young Johnny Depp, if I remember right.
Yeah.
Yep. Johnny
He's the
Depp.
one that got sucked in the bed.
Yeah.
His
That was
blood
right
went all over
after.
the-
That was his big, I think, feature debut right after 21 Jump Street.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then a short stint on Booker.
Yeah. And
With,
then what's the guy?
Richard Grieco.
That one guy is on my Facebook. The guy that took over for him on 21 Jump Street. I forget his name.
Oh.
Channing Tatum.
No, man. I'm not talking
No,
about the
it
new
was
movie that just
Tatum.
came out. You're young, Mark. 21 Jump Street. 21 Jump Street was the original vehicle that made Johnny Depp famous.
Right. And then Richard Grieco did Booker.
Yeah, there you go. That's who's
Right.
on my Facebook. And
Yeah. Right. And I knew. Yep. I know.
yeah.
I
He took
think-
over because Johnny Depp became so big, he wanted to do feature films.
Right.
So he quit. And then they tried to save the show by bringing in Greeka, but it only lasted like another 2 seasons or a season or two.
Yeah, it didn't last
Whatever.
very long.
Yeah. Because Johnny Depp was pretty much what made that show. But
Right.
and then I think Nightmare on Elm Street was his big. He did Nightmare on Elm Street, then he did like what Crybaby, and then Edward Scissorhands.
Edward
something like
Scissorhands.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We did Crybaby, I think, maybe right before that, but or right
I've
after.
never
I
seen
don't remember.
Edward Scissorhands, and that was honestly.
Well, he lucked out, and he really fell in with Burton.
Yes.
Burton loved Johnny Depp, man,
Yeah.
and put him in like his next 4 films in a row or something.
Yeah.
I plan on making a whimsical too.
Oh wow.
Whimsical, yeah.
You mean like what, Edward Scissorhands?
Well, kind of like just
Or Crybaby. Crybaby was kind of I don't know what you would call Crybaby. It was so kind of weird.
Yeah.
It was kind of musical /
Musical.
comedy /
Like Glee? Isn't it like Glee?
avant-garde, artsy.
Yeah.
right.
Yep.
Yeah, it was weird. You know what? One of my it would probably be interesting to watch now, and it was the film that Uma Thurman first did. It was her first film, and The Adventures of Baron Munchausen.
Huh.
Had Robin Williams in it. Had a bunch of actors, and it was Uma Thurman played Venus. And it was a film by Terry Gilliam.
Oh wow. Okay.
It was a film he did not too long after Time Bandits.
Oh yeah. Okay.
And so, if you remember, Time Bandits was one of my favorite films as a kid. Man, that film was awesome. Sean Connery. And then I fell in love with Terry Gilliam. Is one of my inspirational heroes. That guy, I think, just has an amazing imagination, and he did Brazil and did bunch of great films. The Tannenbaums, I think, is him. The Royal Tannenbaums.
The Royal Tannenbaums, yeah.
Yeah. But he did Adventures of Baron Munchausen. Great kind of strange, like he is his films. He comes from the Monty Python team. So
how funny. Yeah.
So that was where he started. And so he brings way more imagination and kind of fantasy creative worlds, but he still has that kind of Monty Python kind of flair.
Yeah. That's neat.
Yeah. Have you watched Terry Gilliam films?
Yes, I guess I have. No,
Time Bandits, Brazil,
Brazil,
the Royal Tannenbaums, Adventures of Baron Munchausen.
Yes, and yes, I have seen them.
So Robin Williams is like a giant in that, whose head floats away from his body, and his body's like this lascivious thing with no head, trying to hump everything, and then the head is this very intellectual, likes to talk about very intellectual stuff, and thinks his body's a brute. And then
German, and he's German. Yeah.
What now?
German. Is he German?
Yeah, he talks very weird.
Yeah, you have
but you gotta love Robin Williams. This is Robin Williams at Robin Williams kind of best. And then Uma Thurman plays Venus, like Aphrodite.
Right. Very good.
It's a great film. If you've never seen it, it's a great film. It's even like a prefacer to superheroes because the main characters all have like powers.
Right. It's like that old Greek movies, right? Remember in the 80s? What are they called?
It was, but it's very almost the thing about it's kind of almost David Lynch-ish.
Yeah. Okay.
You know what I mean? It has like kind of this off the wall, absurd, kind of weird, creepy vibe to it.
Yeah.
I loved Lynch too. Mulholland Drive, I thought was one of his best films.
Yeah.
Blue Velvet.
Yeah, Blue Velvet. And you mentioned Pan's Labyrinth. Do you like Pan's Labyrinth?
I think that's a masterclass in noir lighting.
Yeah, I loved it. I liked it.
And I think the only reason he won the Oscar for Water or whatever was because he should have won it for Pan's Labyrinth. But the way Oscars worked back there, that was his first major film, and they're never going to give Best Director to well, at least back then, they would have never given a Best Director to a first time. You had to earn your stripes or whatever.
Yeah.
But it was a masterclass film. It was just from lighting to writing to acting to.
I saw it many times. Pan's Labyrinth.
Yeah, and if anyone ever asks me about noir lighting, I always say go watch Pan's Labyrinth. That is a literal masterclass in noir lighting. I think he won for that Water one, which I didn't even think was one of his strongest things.
I didn't either. I
thought it was really too slow, and the writing wasn't as solid. As always, his visuals are beautiful, but the color palette and all that stuff. But I think, and a lot of other people did too, that he won the Oscar for Best Director to make up for
Pan's Labyrinth.
Yeah. The Shape of Water.
The Shape of Water. Yeah.
So
because he should have won. For
just
Pan's
so you're aware,
by far that year was the best film by far that year.
Yeah.
So just so you're aware, the character actor who plays in Hellboy as the alien guy,
Ron Perlman.
Yes, plays also in The Shape of Water. Who also played in the in
you're talking about the fish, the fish guy.
Yes, the fish guy. So he played in The Shape of Water as well. And he also played the guy with hands. Eyes or hands.
Where she's down in the. Really?
Yeah.
That's interesting.
He's very well known.
Well, it's just, at least I told you. See what happens when you take away the actor's face.
Yeah.
You can keep throwing them all over the place if they can't see their face.
Yeah, right. That's hilarious.
But it's like his acting skills is how they identify him, and just like the weird stuff that he does, that he comes up with, they implement into these films, and it's like it's really well done.
Interesting.
Well, you guys, I don't want to take anything. We could keep talking about stuff.
We could talk about
anything.
anything.
I don't want to take up. We've already been going for about an hour and a half.
Oh my god!
Plus, I have Elden Ring I need to get back to, man. So that's insane. That is a masterclass in video game making for all you people out there. Elden Ring from Software, George R.R. Martin. The guy that did Game of Thrones, wrote Game of Thrones. He created the world for this video game I'm talking about, along with the creator of Dark Souls series, who then took his world and then made it the very Dark Souls. But that game is probably a brilliant masterclass. But as long as you like dying a lot. But anyway, you guys, it's been an amazing show. You guys are intriguing, beautiful spirits, and we could, like I said, chit chat for all day long. Tommy, I wish you the best and hope your 2 edits on your features are going to come out brilliant and beautiful and do amazing things for you. I look forward to seeing some of your shorts you want to shoot in the next couple of years. You are telling me about, and continuing to progress. As I told Elise, if there's anything I can ever do for you, just let me know, man. I'm more than happy to do whatever is within my ability to do. And just keep being you, man. Keep being diversified. Keep writing. And the thing with writing is, I always tell when writers ask me, or how to become a better writer, I always say the same thing: read a lot, write a lot.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
That's really that's the only. There's no shortcut, man. There's read a lot. It stimulates your brain, widens your vocabulary, sees how other people do things, gives you more ideas. It expands your imagination, and then just keep writing over and 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 over again. And you're going to get better and better and better, like anything else. You know what I mean? Like, people are always looking for shortcuts, and I'm like, man, there's not. With great art, there's no shortcuts, man. You got to earn it.
Right. I agree.
You know what I mean? Like,
you got to work on your craft.
Yeah, it's ironic because my only A in college was upper division screenwriting, and I don't do any of that. I don't write at all. Barely read. I need to. So this is.
I just think from a writing standpoint, if you want to be a writer, you have to like to read. They go hand in hand. I have yet to meet any writer that I thought was highly skilled that didn't like reading. That's never been the case. They're always paired up, man. You know what I mean? All the most brilliant writers I've ever met in my life, they're also avid readers. Now, that's not saying what they read. They're just whatever their shtick they like to read. They read a lot, you know?
Right.
Almost like if you want to be a filmmaker, you have to like watching films.
Right.
Correct.
Right.
You know what I mean? So, same thing. I'm sure there are very few talented filmmakers that say, I never watch any films ever.
You also have to have creativity.
Yeah, you do. Imagination.
You can't be analytical.
I just think people do what they do probably from when they're young. It just changes vehicles.
Yeah.
You're right about that.
You know what I mean? Because I've done what I've done since I can remember. When I was 5, it was action figures.
Right.
You know what I mean? I was creating multiple worlds, overplotting, subplotting, like all the same stuff, but it was just me with my little action figures doing it in my head. You know what I mean? So after that, it was me buying role-playing game after role-playing system, reading all the world creation, creating, making 30 characters, running all these stories in my head.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I just think everyone is usually in one way or another doing what they always will do. It just change. It metamorphosizes into different directions. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Right.
Very true.
I agree because
all right, go ahead, Tommy.
I'm just saying I started off as an artist drawing pictures of ninjas and stick figures, and now I do graphic designs on the computer.
Yeah, it's just people. I mean, that's usually all our only goal in life should always be find out what we love to do more than anything else and figure out how to make a career of it.
Yeah.
Right.
You know, now I haven't been able to do that yet as far as filmmaking, but I'm gonna still keep chugging away till I do. You know what I mean? I'll be like a 90-year-old, like about to like pull the plug on me, and I'll be like, man, I'm still going for it, man.
Right. Got
Let
to.
go of your dreams. Yeah.
Right.
But anyway, Elise, it's been beautiful having this conversation. This is the longest we've talked in the 5-6 years that I've known you. So,
Oh, I know. This is great.
it's usually, hey, how are you? Like a point. But it's amazing. I wish you nothing but well. Like I said, if you need any help, let me know.
Thank you.
And if you want to do that short trailer thing with your husband's story, feel free to let me know. We can work that out.
Thank you.
And then I wish you the best in finding different new roles, more challenging roles that maybe can redefine you into the kind of roles that you want to do.
Should I take Elise Muller Devereaux or just Elise Muller? What is it? What do you guys
would choose.
You would choose.
I wouldn't do Muller Devereaux. That's a little kind of a mouthful.
Yeah.
I would either go Elise Muller or Elise Devereaux. From an acting standpoint, I would say Elise Devereaux is probably more of a uniqueness to it, but it matters matters on who you are, man, and what you're comfortable with. It's your road, you're captaining.
That's right, but people know me, you know, to some degree
As Elise Muller.
Yeah, and I don't.
So I wouldn't, unless you're like legally changing it, I wouldn't worry about it. Your husband should understand if you want to just go by the name you've built a career on.
Yeah, I would do that. If you've built a career around Elise Muller, I wouldn't go ahead and start changing it now because people know you as Elise Muller, not
because in the entertainment business, it's a brand.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
So once you establish a brand, you don't really want to screw with it too much because it's what you're recognized for. Like since I began shooting film, it's been Stormcrow Productions.
Okay.
So literally, the show is Stormcrow. Like I literally brand that into almost everything I do. You know what I mean? So
yeah, but look at Meredith Baxter Burney. Remember her?
Yeah, but she probably didn't. I don't think she got big until she was Baxter Burney.
All right. And then they got divorced. So I don't know.
What I'm saying is I don't think she became known until she already had that name because I only remember her as Baxter Burney.
Really? No, she was on Petticoat Junction and all that, I think. And she was Meredith.
I don't remember her. I mean, I think that was too long ago.
Okay.
You got to understand, at least in my like teens to like 30s, I smoked a lot of weed. So
that explains it.
You know, trying to ask me to remember that far back, that's a challenge, man.
And a bunch of things. But yeah. Okay. Thank you guys. I appreciate your input.
Yeah.
I just think it's your road. Do what makes you happy, at least. And that's in the bottom rung. That's what is important.
Yeah. Going to acting school. That's one thing that, they touched on like towards the end is that
you freeze frame yourself.
Well, no, you want to shape.
Or am I the only one freezing again?
Yes.
All right. Before this gets any worse, Mark, I'm going to wrap this up before like our whole technical wonder goes down to crap because everybody's freezing. So.
Okay.
All I'm looking at is frozen faces everywhere.
What's all you, man?
But anyway, you guys, I love you to death. Thank you. Amazing. Blessings to everyone out there. Follow your aspirations, follow your dreams, because you've been watching Stormcrow Dreamers talking to dreamers.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry?
Nope.
I think I can hear you, but
okay.
You've been watching Stormcrow Dreamers talking to dreamers, episode 48. We're 2 away from 50. I'll let you know soon who's going to be on next month on our 49th episode. Look, everyone's back now. I was looking at frozen like popsicles for like 2 minutes. But anyway, let's wrap it up because I don't want to push this till all people are looking at as frozen people. But anyway, beautiful blessings to you guys. As I said, if I can help you in any way, let me know. And I will do so. And as I said, I'm a guy that does what he says. So feel free to provide me an opportunity to show that. But anyway, beautiful blessings. Beautiful blessings to Mark. for always putting up with me and being a co-director here. Next month, you guys, we're going to actually get him on camera doing some of his lightsaber acrobatic wingtip feather tucks. It's amazing. It like quadruple flip lightsabers. It's just literally shocking to see. But anyway, beautiful blessings, you guys. Best to all your aspirations and dreams. And to all of you out there, as always, keep dreaming. Stormcrow, dreamers talking to dreamers. Have a beautiful night.
Thank you, guys. You too. Thank you.
And I'm going to put on the reels for the last one, and I will put your reel afterward.
Oh, the real. Mm-hmm. Okay, that'd be great. Thank you, guys. Thank you.
All right, thank y'all. Thank y'all for having me.
All right, have a good one, you guys.
Blessings. Bye, guys. Bye, y'all.
Bye.
Bye. Bye. Bye.
Great bitch! Yeah, just hit it, man. The fuck? Shit, man. Shit, man. I gotta kill this nigga. Come on, man. Oh, man.
Back to them hoes about Puerto Rico.
You gonna kill me? Kill me? Come on, man. You ain't gotta do this.
Sorry, fam. I need all the money.
We can work this out, man. We can work this out. You gonna kill me? Over that little bit of money?
I'm sorry, man. My daughter was sick, and I'm still trying to come up with all the money.
It's my life for hers. Now you'll never get to see her again. That was all.
Okay. Hey, Roger. I'll let you scream this time. Hey, Roger. Remember, no screaming. 15. 14. 13. 12. 11.
I got a bad feeling about this.
Kelly, you need to calm down. How long have we been doing this?
You are ready. We are ready.
I knew you shouldn't have brought her. Why are we even doing this right now?
I need some fresh air.
Oh my god!
Oh my god! Oh no!
Hold it together.
No.
Check this out, man. You remember that serial killer, right? Special Ops Samuel Walker?
Yeah, what about him?
They say he went crazy after the death of his son about a year ago. They say his son was found on the lake not too far from here, man.
I mean, he probably went fishing. What's your point?
Bro, this is serious, man. There's a killer on the loose, man. We should probably go check on the girls.
Bro, damn them girls, okay? They'll be okay.
Bro, they say he's killed over 10 people, man. Maybe we should call for backup to help scan the area, huh?
We don't need any backup. We're good, the girls are good, everything is good. Brenda. Hey, Michelle, I don't... Oh!
Hey, Snowflake. Wake your ass up. You don't get to die yet.
We'll see about that.
Want to blame me for everything? Is that it, Sammy?
No, Mom. No, it's Dad's fault. He got so drunk that you blacked out and fell in a dick or seven.
We were already separated, honey.
Right.
God, this place is creepy. I never liked it here.
Yeah, that's great, Mom. Is there anything else?
Actually, yes. I spoke with Dr. Miller.
Here we go. Okay.
And he says it's dangerous to stop taking your medicine cold turkey.
Of course he does. That's where doctors get all their money.
No one is forcing you to take the pills, honey, but it's safer for you to wean yourself off them. There are serious risks.
This is so naive.
Stop acting like your dad. This is serious. Where is your father?
It's none of your business, really.
Look, I know you love your dad, and you should. He's a good man, a really good one. He just hasn't been able to heal properly.
Yeah, after the way you treated him, what do you expect?
That's not what I mean, Sammy. Look, when your dad was little, his dad left. Robert threw himself into his drawings as a way to deal with it. Then his father died, and they never made amends. So your father has this big empty spot inside of him, Sammy. It's really hard on him. And I tried to fill that empty spot, but I failed. So you have every right to hate me. I never stopped loving your father. And I'm not going to hang him out to dry. But he needs to come through before we can have that conversation.
So what? You and your greedy attorney will lay off of him?
If he can help himself, I will renegotiate all of the terms. And if you can help him, I fully support that. And I trust you.
All right, so looks like it's having issues uploading. There we go.
I really like your necklace a lot. It's really pretty.
Oh, thank you. Actually, my agent gave me this.
I don't have an agent.
Oh, you don't?
No, but
oh,
I'm gonna get one.
All right, we're out.
Can I get the thing? Thank you. Sorry. Thanks. You were great, Sonny. Thank you so much for being on our show. You'll have to let us know how it all played out.
Oh, yeah. Sure. God, I was nervous.
Oh, no, you were great. You did a great job. You couldn't tell. But listen, I'm going to give you this. My digits. You know, Sal, if you want to have dinner or, you know, whatever.
What?
My number. Who's Gretchen?
She's that girl you met at the Christmas party.
Oh yeah, the tall, dark-haired girl with the killer body. The one you danced with half the night.
What are you getting at?
You're calling out her name last night. In your sleep.
It itches. Help me. Oh my god, it itches. It itches. It's burning. Oh, I need the water.
Jane, do not go in the water. Shut up!
I can't.
Sorry, we're not sleeping together. We're just colleagues.
Oh, and Tunde, until your meeting you were supposed to have with the president of the International Association of Medical Board or whatever it is.
This is the president of the International Medical Association.
Looks like Grandma Pitkins dropped one of her famous watermelons, grown locally, right here in Mason.
That is the shortest application I've ever seen.
Well, you have a problem with that?
No. I just thought it was funny. I've never seen it that small.
Funny, huh? Let me tell you the rules of my club. Number 1, you don't touch yourself. Not down there. That is strictly forbidden. Okay?
I would never...
Smoking again. Since when?
Not now, okay? Not in the fucking mood to be interrogated.
He said I'd be a star!
Are you worried about a storm?
Storm? Nope. Looks like clear skies ahead.